Welcome back, my friends. Been out of town for a couple of weeks. You may have noticed that Citadel posted an update for PC, the Godking's Vengeance Part 2, Citadel Forged with Fire. Console release is coming soon, but we can go over some of the features that are coming up. And before we do, I just want to mention that this is a testament that the developers are really paying attention to the community and making updates that the community is asking for. Join the Citadel Discord. You can talk directly to developers, but they have tons of new stuff coming, which we'll go over right now. We did talk about some of the stuff in the roadmap, and I think that now it's more defined than it was in the roadmap, and they actually are telling us what we're getting. So we're getting a 4th dungeon. I'm not sure that that was something that everybody wanted, but the dungeons were kind of getting old, so that's cool. All new dungeon has been discovered. Hopefully I'm hoping it's cooler than the dungeons that are in the game. The dungeons are cool, but they're pretty basic. I'd like to see something a little bit cooler. I haven't seen many videos on PC, so I'll just have to wait until the PS4 version comes out. But there's a new crypt, and you land very resistance now threatened. Hero must take caution entering the dimension in order to vanquish the new threat. So this will be cool. New dungeon. We'll have to see how the keys work for this. Since they're, I'm assuming the key for the dungeon isn't in the game yet, so maybe it'll take something that we're stockpiling to craft. But there's also a new monster, cultist wizards, so be on high alert for that. And I know that they mentioned that there'll be evolved versions of current creatures in the game as well. So we'll have to look for these wizards. I wonder how the AI is on the wizards, because a lot of the AI you can kind of cheese in the game. But new master level quests and daily quests again. I didn't do the quest line. I asked some of you guys about it, how you liked it. I never finished it. I have a few friends who did. I haven't really talked to them though. Horrifying new dimension has emerged and has mutated a gruesome enemy bent to wreak havoc. Seek out knowledge of the impeding danger from a new adversary who's well versed in the dark arts. Only the bravest heroes can take on this foe. Gembok, who's the guy that gives you the quest. You got to go see him. But yeah, that's the guy that gives you the quests for the new quest line. Mutant World Spawner event. With all the paranormal activity going on, it's no surprise this vicious mutation has made its way amongst the wild beasts that roam the land. These mutated monstrosities are far more powerful and far bigger than their counterparts. So these are the mutated creatures that we talked about. I'm at the airport right now, but these are the mutated creatures we talked about. It's the standard creatures, but I guess they're much more powerful. So we'll see how that goes. They're adding emotes to the game, so that's kind of cool. So we'll see how the emotes go. Again, I need to see the patch notes, but if they don't have some sort of global chat for console, then I don't know what's going on. Armored saddles. So a lot of people were asking for tames to be more viable in endgame and for PvP. So we'll have to see how the armored saddles work as far as mitigating damage, but we know just from previous experience that armor is extremely strong in this game. So trinket update. So this is really interesting. You'll have to read into the update that they did for this patch. So they're going to allow you to use a trinket while you're flying. You're going to be able to use a secondary trinket, or 2 trinkets. But so what's interesting, there's also some stuff you can read here. I want to talk about the flight trinkets though. So let's say you use a flight trinket and you use a mana regen trinket, right? The cool thing is that your flight cost will actually be reduced because you're using a mana trinket. And the reason for that is, let's think about this for a second. Let's say you're using a flight trinket with an armor trinket, or a critical chance trinket, or a health regen trinket. Then you could stack, you'd be able to fly, which flying is very powerful. In any game, flying is powerful. You'd be able to fly and then use some sort of advanced trinket with it. So they're going to penalize you if you don't use a mana regen trinket. They're going to penalize your flight cost, which makes a lot of sense because you're flying, and it's much harder to deal with things that are flying. Anyway, 3 tiers of mana deflection for the opposite protection. Again, that's the new way of raiding is you have to basically drain generators by hitting the obelisk and then drain each individual turret and everything like that. There's like some quality of life stuff, of course. We're going to always see a ton of quality of life fixes in any of these patches. A lot of the pools, the regen pools, are better now, especially the ones in the city. It's like you can sit there for an hour just to refill your mana or health. Again, just a bunch of different changes. Also, I'd like to see the adjusted recipe Nexus Stone, the recipe for the Nexus Stone, because that one has like been super expensive, and okay, it doesn't make sense to craft that. But anyway, this part's what I was kind of talking about before, where it's more expensive if you don't have the mana trinket as your second trinket while you're flying. So that's interesting. And then now the flight trinkets. So we're gonna have to recraft our flight trinkets, but they have a chance to roll another stat. So we'll all get to recraft our flight trinkets. Honestly, the best ones that I've gotten have been out of Mystical Conjurers. But improved values for cooldown reduction stat. Interesting. Wands with the largest overall boost. Minor tweaks to crit damage, crit chance, and extra damage stats. I don't think that's going to be a good change, but we'll see. Static. I can't see this because my recording icon's over there. It is. Okay. Remove useless gender icon from tamed NPCs. I mean, that's true. There's no benefit. And then just a few things that they fixed in the game. Mesh popping, large mana generator range now. I don't know. I didn't really have any issues with that large mana generator range, but I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I just didn't know. No longer build a fast travel tower helix structure. I didn't know that you could build on that. Anyway, this is the devs thanking us for playing the game, buying the game. I'm sure more people have bought the game during COVID. Just keep telling the devs what you want. If you're not playing the game and you want to see something, tell them. As long as you're willing to reinvest your time in the game. Post your comments below. Let me know what you think about these changes. I'd like to see a more in-depth patch notes, which we'll see when that comes on console. Anyway, hope you guys are all doing well. Please like, subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching.